Alright YouTube, so it's your boy Zxous, and sorry for the microphone issues yesterday. It seems like my microphone has just been a bit iffy. I don't know what. I don't know if my microphone's actually broken or not. I'm going to be talking close to the microphone this time, and I'm going to watch the full video before I upload it. If the video does have like issues with the mic, then I am just going to have to get a new microphone or something, because it does seem like it's broken. I'm not sure. Like my gain was usually turned up, but that was never an issue before. It seems like it's an issue now. I will see how this video goes. And if it doesn't go proper, then it is what it is. I'll just have to figure something out from there. But today I'm basically going to be doing the top 10 non-Pilgrim Nikkes. I feel like this is going to be a great video because I've never seen a video like this actually on the Nikke content space. And I want to, if you guys haven't noticed lately, I've been kind of catering more to like non-Pilgrim units, just so I can show you guys that there are more options out there than just like the Pilgrims, right? Obviously people only care for Pilgrims in this game, and they only use Pilgrims. Like, I mean, the best team in the game realistically just considered is just Pilgrims, right? And a lot of the best teams in the games are just Pilgrims. So I feel like I want to just kind of open up a new wave and help you guys out with, using characters that are not Pilgrims. I mean, it's not by force. If you want to use your Pilgrims, use your Pilgrims, but I am doing this just because I feel like it. But yeah, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best non-Pilgrim units in my personal opinion. This is going to be hard for me because there's so many characters here, right? Where the Pilgrims, there's not that many, and the Pilgrims usually are the best in the game. In this case, there's just so many non-Pilgrim characters, so we'll see how this goes. And I am not going to consider overspec characters as well. They are technically seen as Pilgrims. So obviously at number 1, I think I have Litter. I think she is still easily the best character in the game that is not a Pilgrim. Her support is just too good, right? Her cover healing is too good. Her attack buff is good. The only problem I have with Litter realistically is that her buffs are only 5 seconds. It's really just weird. Her buffs are only 5 seconds. I feel like if she ever gets buffed in some way, somehow they ever buff this character, she should go from 5 to 10 seconds like on her buffs. But other than that, this character is easily the best character in the game, right? Well, realistically it's between her or like in terms of non-Pilgrim characters, it's between her and then I would say favorite item Helm, right? I would say one of these two are the best. I feel like we're leaning more towards favorite item Helm being the best, just because obviously she is more flexible. But if I am considering no Pilgrims as well, then I guess Litter is as well. I'll have Helm at 2. I'll have Litter at 1, Helm at 2. Helm is too good. She has healing, insane DPS, crit rate buffs, full burst gauge. She's really, really good. Like, this character is a really good character. Honestly, if you have favorite item Helm, favorite item Helm is probably the closest thing you can get to a Pilgrim. Like, she is one of those characters. I would say the closest thing you can get to a Pilgrim. So yeah, now this is where it gets a bit tricky, because after those two, it's like, who do you have next? You know what I mean? Who do you have next that is not Pilgrim, that is in that top 10 conversation? Because I have to look at like the third best unit. Who would I say is the third best unit between these two, right? Who would I say is the third best unit between these two? Would I say it's I don't know. Would I say it's Alice? Would I say it's Naga? Would I say it's where are you? Who else would I say? Would I put, I don't know. Anise maybe? I think I'm going to give it to, in terms of overall usability, in terms of overallness, I feel like I'll give it to Naga. I feel like I'm gonna have to give it to Naga. Like, Naga is just the worst version of Helm in my opinion. She does heal, she has attack buffs, attack damage, or attack to core damage buff. And she's very, very meta, right? She's used on a lot of teams. She's used with Tia, she's used with Crown, and a lot of people use her by herself as well, which I don't really know why you would. She does need a shielder to be good, but other than that, like, she is on the meta teams a lot. So I think I'll give her third. Maybe it's kind of crazy because I feel like Alice is just better overall. So I'm gonna give Alice third. I'll give Alice third because Alice. The only thing with Alice is you need to invest heavily into her for her to be good. But other than that, it's like she is used. She can be used on every team. Like she can be used anywhere, right? Now a lot of you guys may be like, "Oh, but Zxous, saying that you need to fully invest into her is not really." I feel like saying a character needs to be fully invested into to be good is kind of like a con because my favorite item Helm, my Litter, and my Naga do not need to be fully invested in to be good. That's just the reality. Like where Alice literally is only good if she's fully, and I mean fully invested into crazy overload gear stats, all these things, and you have to learn how to play her. Like in terms, it's so weird I have to even say that Nikke, but you need to learn how to play the character, which is quite iffy in my opinion, right? Obviously Summer Niece is going to be fifth. Summer Niece might be going up like slowly and slowly just because it's like she's a crazy DPS as a supporter, but she is a electric support. That's her main gig. She's an electric support. And the way Nikke has been moving with all these electric characters lately and these electric buffers lately, it's like she's slowly going up. We've just got Kay, who's an electric character. We got Arcana, who's a electric buffer, which is realistically Isabel's buffer, who is also an electric character. We've gotten Trina this year, who's an electric buffer to Scarlet and just electric code allies. Like Summer Niece is slowly going up. Genuinely, she is, right. The 5, 7, 8, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I might have Summer Niece over. Excuse me, I almost sneezed there. I might have Summer Niece over Naga. I feel like because of all the electric buffers we've been getting, or all the electric characters we've been getting, Summer Niece is going up in rankings. I feel like I'll put her above Naga because at the end of the day, Naga does need to be paired up with a shielder to work, where Summer Niece doesn't even need to be paired up with an electric character to be good. Like she's a buffer for herself as well, so she's quite powerful. I feel like if 6, I'll give it to Ein. I feel like I can give it to Ein. I feel like I can give that to Maxwell. Is definitely probably still in the top 10, I would say. Wherever Maxwell is, I will put you there. I think I can put Laplace in the conversation. I don't. Privity, I guess, still can go in the conversation. D Killer Wife, she can easily go in the conversation. I probably will have D Killer Wife at 6. At 5. I would say D Killer Wife is not like used as much just because it's like in terms of like in general content, you can only use one versus one character, right? If you're using solo raid, if you're doing a union raid, then she's more used there. But in general content, you can only use one versus one character, and I feel like that's why D Killer Wife is not used as much because now you're picking between Rappy, Little Mermaid, and Litter. But I would say D Killer Wife is just an insane burst one character. I think this character paved the way for the Pierce team. I feel like this character has paved the way for you to do a lot more damage against bosses and everything like that, and her cooldown reduction is unbelievable. So I'm going to have D Killer Wife at 5, Naga at 6. I think as more I do this tier list, Naga is just going to go down and down. You guys, this is going to be the first tier list. I will say this right now. This is going to be the first tier list where it might be controversial. This might be a tier list where people will be like, yeah, I agree, or what the F. Like that's what people are going to be looking like. Or be saying in the comments down below of this tier list, right? I think at 7, I don't want to put Asuka in the conversation. I don't think I could put Asuka in that conversation. I don't really think I could put Asuka in that conversation, especially since she's only good in one thing. I guess Rouge can go in the conversation. I guess Maiden can go in the conversation. Mast and Anchor, but I can't go both of them, and same as Mana. But Mast and Anchor, they can definitely go in that conversation. But as one character, like if we're talking individual, I'm not gonna put them individual. I'm gonna put them together, or no, I'm gonna put them as individual. I have 7 and 8. I have 6 and 7. Honestly, I have 5 and 6. if I'm gonna be honest here, Mast and Anchor is like the next best thing after Crown. That's what I feel like in terms of Burst 2 supports. I feel like Mast and Anchor is the next best thing after Crown. That's what I genuinely believe. I don't feel like you can get a better Burst 2 combination, or just a better Burst 2 sequence after these two. If you don't have Crown, like if I never had Crown and I had Mast and Anchor, I would always use them. It's just how it is. They're just so broken. Healing, permanent crit rate, permanent attack buffs, attack damage buff, reload speed buff. For these two characters are unbelievable. They're actually too crazy. They're too crazy. So I'm gonna give it 5 and 6, D at 7, Nog at 8. I'm gonna put Ein at 9 because Ein is like the most powerful non-DPS, or one of the most powerful non-Pilgrim DPS characters there. Um, Oh, this is so hard. This is probably a lot harder because the Pilgrim one, you just know who is better than who. When it comes to the non-Pilgrim one, it's really hard because you have to consider so many different factors. Um, I think, yeah. And then I don't know. Do I have? I think I still have Maxwell because Rouge is very good. Her insane cooldown reduction, but I feel like you're only using Rouge if you're using Cinderella, where all the other characters you can use them with any and everybody else. I feel like Maiden, it's the same thing. You're only using her if you're trying to buff up mainly Cinderella, or if you're trying to buff up an electric character. And I know that sounds hypocritical to say, but Anise is a crazy DPS by herself. It's not like Anise is only good because she can buff up electric code. That's a big factor considering the fact that electric characters have gotten buffed like crazy within the last 2 years. But Anise is a broken DPS. Like, respectfully, she's cracked. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. She's a broken DPS. She's one of the strongest DPS as a supporter. Um, I don't even know if a collab character is gonna make it here, right? And that's just because the collab characters are like all really catered to one type of content, which is like a boss or a team, or you know what I mean. I think I'll have to give it to Maxwell at 10. I think I'll have to give it to Maxwell at 10. I think I got Litter at 1, Helm at 2, Alice at 3, Anissa at 4, Mast and Anchor at 5 and 6. Um, if not, they would be like Mast and Anchor higher than Anise. I just don't personally feel like Mast and Anchor are higher than Anise. I have DKOF at 7, Naga at 8, Aina at 9, and Maxwell at 10. That's what I got. Like I said, this video is gonna be so controversial. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, either I agree or I'm not sure. Am I confident with my tier list? I'm confident with the units I picked for my top 10. I don't see any characters being better than the characters I've picked. Maybe Privity is the only one that can really fit in there, I would say, but I wouldn't say Laplace can fit in there. Like, she's a broken DPS, but when you use her burst skill, she's not able to do anything, and she can die very easily because of that. And that's just reality. So I don't know if people are going to agree with this or not, but we'll see. Let me know down below if you agree. If you don't agree, I'm ready for whatever comes. Either if it's great, it's great. Like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.